pocket, man. Hit that like button right there. You see that like button? Hit it. Hit it. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Boop.
Well, I used to go way underneath those. Like.
What?
Yeah, man. Way underneath. To where you know, the entranceway is like on the end of the street.
Right.
I would go till past the street to the next, and you can't really go. Like I was actually in the town. With no fear. With no fear.
He didn't care about it.
No, I didn't. Rats, spiders, snakes. I was just like, oh.
She was running with Raphael and them in a minute.
Right. I'm done. You didn't catch me. He said you were it. He said you snapped a little more. I can't, bro. I can't. That was him in there.
That's what I felt so comfortable.
Yeah. You were Pennywise.
You are it. You are it.
Oh, I didn't see him down there. Oh, Georgie.
That's a good movie, by the way. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
Unless you don't like clowns, then you may be terrified.
You won't like clowns after that.
No, definitely that.
Man, I see clowns every day. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. Hey, G. Yeah, I see clowns every day.
Yeah, right. Man, what you said?
Man.
Woo! Hey, man, we back with part 3. Hit the like
I felt
button.
like he was good before his part
Hit
three.
the subscribe button. The notification bell.
You
Because my phone right now, like,
You can't have a munchy attack, man. Like,
I mean, it's because it's that SPANKYMAN effect.
Spanky Man.
It's called the Snacky Man.
Right. Yeah, so Dave goes,
that one
Spanky
the
Man, Spanky Man.
So,
When you get in trouble, you dear,
I'm
one
He's gonna get to the
Spanky Man. Spanky Man.
That's Spanky Man. That's Spanky Man's weakness.
Yeah.
Snack Man like,
Spanky Man.
oh no.
I don't think about it, man. This ain't really for my pocket, man. We here, man. Trick-or-treating weakness.
I'm gonna tell you, if I was a snack man and you were throwing snacks at me, this wouldn't work. So, yeah, I'm inspired. It says time is entrusted, but I'm not really.
It would have to be more like this.
There you go. Or chocolate covered.
Yeah. Hit the like button. Rock and go.
And
Hit
subscribe.
the right button.
Like, really hit the like button, man. Y'all be viewing, but y'all hit the
Yeah.
like button. It makes the algorithm go good. Hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. So, we dove in. Filmmaking, film directing. We dove in. Childhood. Where you grew up at. What you did. Now we're going to get to the family life.
Well, hold on. Before you do that, hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button. Hit that like button. Shoot. As long as we hit like you said, hit the like button. All right.
They don't be hitting the like button.
Oh, man.
Hit that like button,
The
man. Hit the
views
like
should
button.
match the likes. Even if you click on it and watch 2 minutes, hit the like button.
This is the like button.
So you click on it, hit the like button.
Oh,
We like
it's
you.
hard too, man.
Hit the like button.
I even hit the
Love
like
y'all,
button.
man.
I hit the like button.
I hit it too.
I hit the like button too.
Okay, so that's what we're
My button actually, my thing actually stays.
Yeah, I feel like it's a threat. Don't hit the like button.
You won't get no snacks either.
Right, I mean, right now, there's no rules snacking on here.
You get no snack on.
And I will tell Producer on the like.
Fix that, bro,
And you return to ash.
Tell me the bad guys, man.
Oh.
So Spanky Man got bad guys he got to fight off.
So these are the good guys.
Well, Spanky Man's a good guy. Dr. Notes and Producer are bad guys. Because last time, when the janitor from the Grim office was here, the custodial king, Lenny J. Smith, y'all attacked me and stuff. So,
We did.
I told y'all I was gonna get your back.
We didn't attack him, we attacked his jersey.
So anyway,
We attacked his jersey.
We supported you.
His jersey was being a menace.
Exactly.
Oh.
I'm not bad. But
You felt it? Did you feel attacked?
Yes. Anyway, so
Because that jersey was choking.
I'm trying not to go there with it again.
Okay,
all right.
I'm trying not to go there again.
Anyway, so we got the one evil villain, Dr. Lopes. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is one of his little things right here. So this is called the cover. You got to put that on, man. You put it on like this. Look. Go ahead, thank you, man. Put your outfit on, man, while he can, you know. Yeah. So what that does, like Iron Man, like boom, 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 you know, stuff like that. That's what it does. So, and then right here, this is the thinking headband you put on your head. Make sure it don't fall off, man.
So this is the back part and front part? It looks like a coal miner's hat. That's so nice.
Yeah,
Like,
you
so
go
this is the light. That's it goes like this.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It's big.
This.
So then, like you can control people's thinking.
Oh,
You can give them a sweet line. He's like, yeah, man, how you doing today? I'm feeling good. And like, that's all the time. Yeah.
Power to the people.
Yeah, here go your outfit. So you can wear it like, supposed to wear it like this, your outfit. Okay?
that's my outfit.
Yeah, supposed to wear it.
This is like it's borrowed from producer.
You can go out. You put that on like, yeah.
Hey, bro.
So what's the move on, Sam? Like you're a general.
Like shoulder
So
pad.
like this.
Yeah, like you're a general.
This-
Yeah. And that's Dr. Coates.
All right,
Dr. Coates. Dr. Coates.
I can't, bro. I can't, dog.
All right.
Dr. Note. Yeah.
Stand up.
Yeah, man. So you got SPANKYMAN and Dr. Notes. Okay, but you got to get down to the people.
But if you want to switch seats with Keith, so you can see.
Okay, yeah.
You know, on the side right
Yeah,
there.
come on, dog. Oh.
Because my shoulder pads might.
That is your general.
You gonna hinder me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So go do right here. This is that
Helmet, you put it on. Yeah. So you got that.
So it's kind of matching.
Yeah, so like, it helps, like that's, so you turn it on off with that. And like, they don't go like, they go to the pew, 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 like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there you go, yeah. Yeah, there you go, see,
I feel like you measured our head.
that's cool right there, so.
I think you did too. I feel like you did.
Like you're
I'm giving you your outfit first. So I gotta explain your shield, but these are the picks right here, on the edges, get ashy, you don't want to touch them. Alright, so you got real like this, you know, alright? Okay, so you don't get ashy and stuff, touch them. Yeah, I'm saying, these are the enemies and stuff again. There you go, the shield of confusion, the dread and all the stuff, also, you also get ashy on here, especially right there. And then you be saying big words and stuff.
they're like, ow.
Yeah, you say big words, and stuff come out, and then people get confused. Like, what did you just say?
Soliloquy. Like soliloquy.
This is dope. Yeah, this is dope.
This is amazing.
This is a shield too. Look, I just dug in it like
Right.
You guys look good, man. Like SPANKYMAN, man, fighting the bad guys and stuff, man. So, yeah, man. Everybody, we like this, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm gonna do my anime pose.
That's good, man. You guys, yeah, so, yeah, man. So, you know what I'm saying? He's on board.
Right.
Yeah, man. So that's see.
You ain't got to show the confusion like that.
Oh, these are ours?
So are you like Professor
This
X?
is awesome.
Huh?
You like Magneto or Professor X?
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you?
Starter box. Give me
What's Starter Box?
Give me a part 4.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the part 4.
Okay.
I like my little ring too, man.
Right. Yeah, man. That's what helps your power go.
Focus my powers and stuff.
So you go like, ching, 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 ching. Then you like, you're thinking, you'll say, you like, have a good day. Like, oh, thanks, man. You're so happy instead of walk away. And then the key is like, it's such confusing. You scared. He's confused. What's going on and stuff sometimes, you know?
Bro, this is wild. You have lost your mind, bro. You are a wild dude. This is top 2, dog.
Oh man.
With the helmet, like this. Yeah, man.
Y'all be 30 box, man, on part 4, man. He's a superhero friend.
I feel like feel like Dark Helmet. He's so big.
The lamp metal on your hand is taking you, like your finger went right through that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a car, man.
It's my power ring.
Yeah.
Like a Dakota ring, but it's
No, man, it's no car thing.
no,
So the wrist, you go. Yeah, and in your hand you control it like that. So.
That's pretty cool, man.
Why did you get shoot off for it, man?
Also, you know, for the whole interview?
I mean, you don't have to right now. But,
Are we character right now?
No, you can.
We're in characters. Oh, we're in characters.
You know,
I can't, bro. Man, so, you know, y'all met the good guys, the bad guys.
Awesome.
It's been a journey. But we want to go to a more serious topic. Wayne, moms. We talk about how important moms was to you. She whipped you, spanked you. What was that relationship like with your mom growing up?
That was my dog. Like yeah, she disciplined me, she whipped me, but she loved me. You know, and she used to always tell me, I don't think you got enough of them. Yes, I did. But I knew it always came from a loving place. I remember one time she put me. I was that type of kid. I would do stuff, but then I would run somewhere to get her. And I had twin beds in my room. And so she stood at the edge of the bed. I'm jumping back and forth. Well, the slow side of me got too close to the wall. And I jumped from the wall and just missed the other bed and fell down in between the beds. And that's when she got me. But my mom, she was loving, man. And like I said, everybody flocked to my mom. She was like a mom to everybody else. And growing up, it was the same way. You know, there wasn't nothing I couldn't talk to her about. There wasn't nothing I couldn't go to her and be like, hey, I'm having this issue. You know, excuse me. Even if it was months later, because normally that's when I would talk to her about the serious stuff. I would wait and then talk to her. But, you know, she was never the type to beat you up. You know, if you made a mistake, you made a mistake. And as I got older, her advice to everybody who would come to her, including me, is, well, did you pray about it? And you'd be like, well, yeah, I did. And she'd be like, well, what did God say? And you would tell her, she'd be like, okay, well, then that's what you do. You know, and then because I asked her one time, I said, why don't you ever give me a straight answer? She said, because I can tell you what to do. And then you do it. And if it doesn't work out, now you're mad at me. But if I give you the keys to make your decision, and you make your decision, who you mad at?
Oh, that's it. All right.
So she was like, she actually never, a lot of people would be frustrated, like, well, Miss Janetta, why you say that? If you prayed about it, and God gave you an answer, and you did what you wanted to do, or you did what God said do, you can't be mad at nobody else.
Right.
You can't blame nobody else for, oh, I didn't do this because of what you said, or I didn't do this because of how you reacted. No. I made a decision. And now I've learned that this is how I try to give advice to others. You know, I'm gonna give you the keys to make your decision. And when you make your decision, you can't come back to me and say, well, it's your fault.
Right.
Because I gave you the pros and the cons.
Right.
And I will say for life, she was definitely my best friend. She was my best friend, and in 2021, she passed away. So it was like, I had to learn me. You know, it was like, I knew what life was like with my mother. I knew what it was like to be able to go to her and get advice and get the love. And, you know, you get up and I need that motherly hug, you get that hug. So I had to learn Wayne. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn life without that best friend. You know, I had to learn life without that main person in my life. So that's where, it really feels like that's where everything started. That's when life as it is now really started, the writings and the acting and, you know, the ministry and all that. It really felt like it started at that moment where I lost her. You know, I couldn't depend on her. And I feel like, you know, that's what I learned over the last years, that I really, if I was in a situation, the first person I run to is my mother.
Right.
And, you know, now it's like, all right, pray about it. Really seek God about it. Really now focus on what it is you have to do. I remember I was in the Navy and I had a decision. Either I can get this apartment so my family can move down to Virginia, or I could go home for Christmas. And I called her, I said, well, Mom, tell me what to do. And she was like, I'm not. She said, what do you have to do? She said, where's your family going to live? I said, well, if I get the apartment, they live down here. She said, what happens if you come home? I said, I won't have the money for the apartment. She said, okay, now, what should you do? I was like, wait, let's go back to 16. When I was 16, you could tell me, she was like, but you're not 16. And so I bit the bullet and I got the apartment. Because I knew in the long run, that's what was needed.
Right.
So I will say the memories and the lessons that she taught are definitely now coming back to the forefront. You know, it's like now how I handle my family. You know, shout out to my wife, hey, love you.
Shout out to the queen.
Love you, Miss Sharice. Sharice Jasmine, yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. But how I handle my family now, how I handle my wife, how I handle situations, it's a lot different. One thing I do love about my wife is I hear my mother when I talk to her. Because she'll be saying stuff and I'll be like, did you know my mom? But it's like now, it's like God is giving me that love back. So now I'm receiving it double. So definitely miss my mom. She was awesome. But like I said, she was everybody's mom. Everybody, whether it was elementary school, middle school, high school, she was everybody's mom. And when she passed, I seen the love because everybody came out. Like we were like in mid-COVID, but they still showed up. You know what I'm saying? The family, the friends. It was crazy. My acting family, they were there. Like my producer, Mike Forney and all them, they were there. My childhood friends were there. Everybody came because she was loved. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, whatever you give out, that's what you receive.
Rest in power, Queen.
Yes, and that's what she received. They came out and they showed the love that they had for her because she taught us, don't judge nobody. If you have an event and people don't show up, don't be mad. Because you never know what happened. You never know, they may have dealt with a loss themselves. They may have dealt with car trouble. They may have dealt with something happened. And you can't hold that against them because they didn't show up. And you know, and that's how I look at it. I don't go, hey, Tom, I ain't talking to them. No, because you never know what happened on the other side of them coming. So like I said, the lessons that she taught me, I definitely hold on to, and I try to instill with others. You know, if somebody can't come through, okay, you can't come through. Next time you can, just come through. You know, so she was definitely, and now as she passed, God showed me a flower. And he said, every year flowers die. But the seeds that they leave, it falls in the ground and is nurtured by the elements. For the next time it's time to grow, that seed is going to grow back up. When the bees come, they take bits and pieces from this flower, and they go over here and get bits and pieces from this flower, and as the seeds from them two flowers fall, another flower is produced. You know, so it's like we lose people and we are broken. And I had to learn how to live and laugh being broken. But at the same time, I know the seeds are in there, and when I'm in a broken place, I rely on that flower. And I know, okay, something's growing. Like this week has been rough because I've been missing her this week. But it's like, okay, well, what would you say? And she would tell me, I hear her, don't be crying, don't be sad. Remember the good stuff and remember how it was and keep living. Because that's what we have to do in the midst of loss and in the midst of hurt. The biggest goal is to learn how to keep living. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to laugh. Because we feel like I'm not me and I'm wrong because I should be sad all the time because I lost this person. I lost somebody special to me. So I need to be sad, I need to be hurting, I need to be mourning, but at some point, you have to get back to living. You got to get back to the joy. You got to get back to the family because people need you.
Yeah.
Your family needs you. If you have children, your children need you. Your husband, your wife, they need you. Your friends, they need you. Because people get accustomed to the strength and the power that you bring to them. And I remember I was sitting in the car and I said, okay, God, what next? And I told somebody, they're like, why would you ask what's next? I said, because I have to go through this in order to have the strength to go through that. And I can't walk through that. It's like playing a video game.
Right.
If you don't learn at level 1, how are you going to compete on level 2? You can't do it. But I had to learn the pain level. It's like lifting weights. If I don't push through the pain, I won't see the results. So, exactly. So I had to go through that pain of losing somebody who was my lifeline in order to live life.
Wow.
And so I would definitely say that was definitely a lesson. And it feels like it's been 20 years and it's only been 2. You know, and like her birthday's coming up, and then I always tell people I had to stop because I'm like the last 6 months of the year are the hardest. Her birthday, my birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, because we always spend New Year's together, and then February is the anniversary.
Yeah.
But I had to turn that around. That should be the most joyous time because that was her favorite time of year. Her birthday, my birthday, Thanksgiving, the family comes together. Christmas, she gets to see the kids. We celebrate a whole new start for the new year, and then February is a month of love.
Right.
So it's like I had to learn how to take that pain, let it be molded, let it be shaped, and then live with it. I had to learn, it's called the new normal. And we don't like the new normal because it's not what we grew up with. It's not what I've been accustomed to. Now this is something new and I gotta learn it. But if you don't learn it, whatever the next phase of life is, you're gonna struggle.
Wow.
Because I gotta get this job, I gotta learn how to walk this new walk. I gotta learn how to stand on my own. And if I don't, I may stumble even harder in the next phase of life.
Right.
So
your mom passing, and you know, they always say grieving doesn't have a time stamp. Like, how have you handled the grieving part of losing that best friend, losing your mom?
I would say take 1 second at a time. Everyone, take 1 day at a time. No, because that day is gonna be up and down.
Right.
Take it second by second. If the grief comes, let it come. Let the hurt come, because guess what? Just as quick as you hurt, you're going to start laughing. And it might feel like, well, it's been 10 years. Let the 10 years come. Because the grief part, even though it's there, it never seems to go away. But the joy becomes bigger, and it becomes stronger, and it becomes more. And it's like, okay, I know this is that time of year, and I know this is coming up. If you're sad about it, be sad about it. Don't let nobody tell you, oh man, you should be over that by now. That happened way back then, you gotta let that go. That's a void that's in your life now. And if you don't let that emotion come, then we become bitter. I've never been so angry in my life until that point. And I had to learn, okay, God, this isn't who I am. I'm that person that when I walk in the room, I'm smiling or I'm happy or I'm just glad to be able to go and move. And it's like, I didn't want to be around people. I struggle when I would have friends come over and I'm like, all right, you go home. It's like, you served your purpose, you came and saw me. I'm still feeling what I'm feeling. But I had to learn that it's okay. This is why it's called your feelings, your emotions. How are you doing? Not how does somebody else want you to be right now, but how are you doing?
Right.
And it's okay to be like, I'm not doing good. I'm hurting. I'm missing this person. I'm nothing without, this is how I feel, I'm nothing without this person. But if you don't do that, if you don't acknowledge what you feel, and you bottle it up, it kills you. because it kills the person that you are. And, you know, we always say that, you know, if that person could come back, would they come back? Because once they see the other side, do you really want to come back?
Right.
And the part about it, and it was crazy because I love watching cartoon movies. And I was watching the movie Soul. And when he got on that conveyor belt going towards the light, there was no turning back. There was no, everybody else had a destination, and he was like, I gotta go back, I gotta go back, I gotta go back. But once you cross over, in reality, there is no back. There is none. So it's like, we have to not let the hurt of what we go through kill us. Because as it kills us, we kill others. You know, and it's not like, oh, I'm physically killing you, but I'm cutting you at what I say, or how I talk to you, or how I handle you. You got to let that emotion and that grief and that hurt run its course. And it's rough. I'm not going to say it's easy because it's rough.
Yeah.
You know, losing a loved one like your mother or your spouse or even a child, it's rough. Because we feel like I should have been first. And I don't never feel like I should have been first. Because I love life.
Right.
But I feel like if I could, I would keep the ones who I love close to me. But I can't. So it's like, I have to learn how to move on. You know, so if you're going through that situation, let the feelings come, deal with it, cry through it. If you want to break something, they have anger rooms.
Yeah.
They have destruction rooms where you can just go tear stuff up. Get it out. Let it go. Let it come up.
Right.
You know, I would even say it went as far as I began drinking. You know, I wanted to be numb. I didn't want to feel nothing. I didn't want to deal with the reality of every time I wake up and go in the living room, my mother wasn't there. So I had bottles just in the refrigerator. For no reason at all. Like, it was me at the house by myself. There was no reason for me to have all that. And I had to, but the grace of God let me go through that phase. So when I did get to the other side of it, and I was like, this ain't me. I need to get back to me. I began to get rid of that stuff. People I know who ain't here, you can have that. You take it, pour it out. It's because it's going to just sit there now. So, yes, I can't tell you how to cope. I can't tell you how to deal with it. All I can say is let it bring you closer to God, whoever you pray to, whatever you believe in. Let it bring you closer to that. And as you do that, allow the healing to just take place. So,
Man, that's an amazing journey, man, on how, you know, you trusted your faith to get you through, and the good memories to help you get through. And, you know, because some people, they lose people, they don't know how to handle that. You're right, they bottle it up.
and let me tell you, me and my sister was talking, and we said it was bittersweet. Because when my sister was 10, my mom had a dream. And she told us, she said she was laying in the hospital bed. Me and my sister was on one side and God was on the other. And he said, you could come with me now, or you can stay with your babies. And so she told me, I want to stay with my babies. He said, I'll give you 15 to 20 more years. My sister was 10. My sister turned 30 the year my mom passed away. So it was like that manifestation of time, he granted her. So it was like we were excited, but we were hurt at the same time. And you know how they say the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak? My flesh was hurting, but my spirit was excited. You know, so, yeah. And then I prayed, I said, God, why? Because me and my mom had COVID at the same time. We were in the hospital at the exact same time, the exact same hospital. And just as I was coming home, she was in a medically induced coma. And God said, because what was on her mantle, I needed it off of her so I could place it on you. Because now you have to pick up where she left off. So that's just the thing. You know, you learn these people, and if they're full of love, your job is to continue where they left off. Or build on to what they started. If they were starting a business, look over the plans, run with it. You know, and it's a continual thing. You don't just stop because they're not here. You have to keep building. You gotta keep moving.
I like how you said just because their life has stopped doesn't mean yours stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And you made it like it was a new beginning, like you actually started to live and do more. Which you know,
I did.
That's crazy.
Especially when you're servicing the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's you know, you're being of service. So they can use you as an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, man. I wanna. You got time for one more part?
Yeah.
I wanna dive in and talk about like family part, but I wanna get into your family, your faith deeply. Why that is an integral part in your life. We took you on the journey, man. Y'all in the backseat riding with us, man. And we taking you on this journey, man. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell.
Like button.
He told you like 8 times at the beginning of the video. Hit that like button.
The like button, yeah.
Smash that joint.
Yeah, part 4, man. They're gonna be Spanky Man TV on his friend Thunderbox.
Yes.
Hey, if y'all didn't get took out by
Hey,
that,
but y'all didn't catch that because, okay. So we're villains because of what the treatment he got last year. Now he's a superhero's best friend.
That's right.
that's the get back.
That's the get back.
Yeah.
We're villains.
That's right.
And
All because of the jerseys, we got jerseys. Peace.
Yo, DCP, the corner pocket mail. Hit that like button right there. You see that like button? Hit it. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Boop.